be a repeat of San Antonio, the onslaught by Pacquiao, or will it be something different? Early to keep his distance so that Pacquiao can't come in and strafe him with the double left hand.
See, Pacquiao's back and back fighting too technical, and that's not his fight.
On one. Might be a small psychological victory for Barrera to feel as though he could put a round in the books to start. Now Pacquiao lands a straight left on the chest of Barrera. Works behind his jab and tries to get closer. Manny's starting to assume the role of the aggressor. Jab lands for Pacquiao. Barrera comes back with an attempted left and a right. Pacquiao lands his jab again. Pacquiao reaching with the left hand. Barrera again making sure to control Pacquiao in close. Tony Weeks again tells him don't hold behind the head.
That left hand, try to make Pacquiao beat him some other way.
I think he's trying to do that, but you've had as many fights as Barrera had, you're set in your ways. But it's interesting that the most effective punch has always been the straight.
Go back to your left hook to the body. It's the first time in his 70 ring entrances as a professional that Barrera is not with his longtime lead trainer, Rudy Perez. Big left hand for Pacquiao. Barrera lands a left in return.
The baby assassin.
But he realized when going up against fighters like Ahmed that he'd have to change his game. There's a big left hand for Pacquiao. But for the most part, by staying at angles.
Manny Pacquiao says that he wanted a toe-to-toe fight, but that was not in the contract.
CompuBox numbers in round two. Pacquiao 24 out of 59, landing at a good high 41% connect percentage, including 16 out of 30 power shots. Barrera 15 out of 54, showing tremendous respect.
Yes.
And at some point he may have to show less respect to have a chance.
Yes, he's going to have to, because and one thing about him, he can fight him.
That once were the case.
No, even the reflexes that he showed when he fought Marquez.
Hard right hand over the top. Barrera stung Pacquiao with that shot. Momentary opening for Marco to take a little more command of the fight. Pacquiao lands a left. Barrera comes right back. Pacquiao landing his jab. Landing his jab again. Trying to find a situation for the left hand. Barrera shooting that upward hook. Pacquiao easily stepped away. Barrera goes back to throwing his jab and lands one. Barrera a little tentative with the right hand.
Not often in the fight.
CompuBox numbers in 3 showing Barrera's tentativeness. He was 5 out of 30. Interestingly,
I think Freddie Roach knows something about his fighter.
Won the first 3 rounds. You're up 3-0. He may be deluding his own brother and fighter. Chances are Marco knows better. And now they fight. To our sights, hasn't said anything in return yet. Straight left hand for Pacquiao lands again. The older fighter against the younger guy.
No.
And if stealing rounds is an option by flurrying down the stretch, Barrera isn't doing that either.
No.
63 punches, landed 26. Barrera 5 out of 30. Marco Antonio Barrera just not giving himself a chance to be in the fight so far. Absence of... Good left hook to the body by Barrera, and suddenly he puts a flurry of punches together. Giving Pacquiao a chance to...
Most of the left hands that I see Pacquiao landing are off balance, Emmanuel.
Yes.
He had
better to see him go out on his shield. Hard right hand by Pacquiao. And Barrera decides to fight back immediately. And now suddenly they trade. And Marco catches Pacquiao with a big right hand. And a left hand. And Pacquiao momentarily stunned. And comes back.
Good right hand there again.
Filipino crowd trying to get Pacquiao going. Manny, Manny, Manny. They trade shots again in the center of the ring. Hard left hands, 2 of them by Pacquiao. Barrera comes back with a straight right. More and more it appears Barrera's going to have to accept the danger and give it a shot. He gets strafed by a right hook. That's the punch that Pacquiao has shown seconds to go in the round. Too much noise for either fighter to have heard the clapboard. Barrera goes back to fighting again. And maybe Marco won with a more active Pacquiao. 31 out of 71. 19 out of 54 for Barrera. Pacquiao 27 out of 46 power shots. Manny Pacquiao. Barrera trying to pick his spots upstairs. Gets rocked with a right hand. Gets backed into a corner. Gets caught with another combination. Make up a small deficit in body shots as...
That's a beautiful. But you notice every time the Pacquiao gets hit, he explodes. It just like ignites him.
Barrera had a little flurry. Pacquiao came on with an onslaught.
Right away, as soon as he gets hit, he comes back right away. He doesn't wait and come back. He does it instinctively.
CompuBox numbers in round 6. Pacquiao 23 out of 62. Barrera 13 out of 55. Pacquiao 19 out of 37 power shots. And I was fascinated during the last between-round period to see all three judges looking up at the big screens and carefully watching the replays.
Yeah, it's going to be not take too many risks.
You know, after Junior Jones knocked Barrera out, Barrera boxed him in the next fight and lost the decision. And this resembles that.
Round 8 begins. Barrera's brother in the corner continuing to try to prop his fighter up with reach to find Barrera, who's very conscious of creating distance. Barrera sneaks a right hand around Pacquiao's guard, takes a hard right hand in return for his trouble. Well, one thing about Erik Morales that surely all Morales fans are thinking right now. He was outgunned by Manny. Those moments have been few and far between for Marco Antonio. And the rounds are running out. We've finished 8 of a scheduled, and you said it would be interesting to hear the CompuBox numbers, Emmanuel. Barrera was 15 out of 55. Pacquiao was 26 out of 50. Seems to be lulled to sleep by Barrera. Then he comes back with something like that. You know, he's trying to very carefully defuse a bomb, but he's running out of time to get it done. Left hand landed big for Manny Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's got great balance when he starts moving on his toes. That's what I like. He can... Fight.
Well, it was all emotional, though. I heard nothing tactical in the way of a suggestion that he should step forward and trade punches. It was all about honor for your family and stuff like that.
I think he says he's managing fighters in Mexico now. About 20-some fighters he's got.
Let's hope he manages them to fight more entertainingly than this.
He's done a beautiful job of controlling the fight and the tempo of the fight exactly where he wants it to be. Just a little bit more fire, a little bit more power.
So the brain matter is willing, but the flesh is weak for Marco Antonio Barrera. Judges are not blessed with CompuBox numbers, or if you choose, confused by CompuBox numbers. Clear detail, as is sometimes the case here. And 2 of these 3 judges are less experienced than...
Down the stretch, it looks like Pacquiao's going to try to be busier. And he can do that pretty good because he's got fast legs.
He says, Manny, this fight's too close.
But this is a type of a fight that could be given to Barrera by some worse decisions, and it wouldn't be a fight that you could argue about too much.
It certainly does from time to time. We've seen judges do that. There was a judge who had Corey Spinks beating Jermaine Taylor in Memphis. And what Spinks wanted to do is lower the temperature. Now momentarily they fight again, and Barrera gives as good as he gets in that exchange. Makes you wonder what might have happened if he'd done it all night. Probably the inevitable.
The judges went for the older fighter with the more precision punches.
Now Pacquiao begins to do damage, and Barrera's got no choice but to try to rise. Yeah. And he staggers off of a left hand by Pacquiao, and he comes back with a right to the body. Headbutt. One point deduction for Barrera. It's hitting on the break, and that's the deduction by Tony Weeks. We'll be able to show it to you in replay between rounds.
There's always been that mean streak in Barrera that occasionally would break out in frustration.
From knowing that he's got that.
That would have been the moment if ever it existed. Instead, he backed off. Still showing total respect for Manny.
You see where he got the butt. He got the cut in below his eye, but evidently we didn't pick that up.
We think, according to our videotape, we're now thinking that a punch caused the cut on his cheek.
In this fight, unlike most of his fights. So I could see a cause for worry from some of the people that support him and from his corner.
Harold Letterman's going to wind up giving us the case. Now the old warrior looks for another chance. Barrera his chance at revenge. But apparently it came too late for him to really be able to deliver the goods against the most violent and explosive fighter in the lower weight classes, Manny Pacquiao.
We didn't get a hot war climax. We got a cold war climax.
No chance for the stylish knockout that Pacquiao's fans wanted. No chance for the tactical triumph that Barrera's fans might have envisioned.
After 12 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Jerry Roth and Glenn Trowbridge, 118-109. Tom Schreck, 115-112. To the winner by unanimous decision, still champion from the Philippines, Manny